Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome. This is
Radiant's
the N9
banned.
Dota 2 Cup. I am The.Spectre. Joining me is Daredevil Dan, and for our first round we have Team White Dragons versus BoysBoys.
Yeah, and I'm ready, man. I'm excited. This is out of nowhere tournament, and we're good to go.
Yeah, I just finished up playing a game of Dota this morning, and Dan goes, "Hey, are you
5
busy,
seconds.
guys?" I'm like, no, why? He's like, "Well, we're gonna host a
Reserve
tournament today."
time.
Ah, okay, sure. All right.
Sure, why not? It's fine. It's fine.
But no, it should be a great day. Of course, we do have 9
Radiant's
teams in
banned.
this tournament who have pulled out of the SYF tournament following the controversy, and it should be pretty good. We're running it as a best of one kind of stages up until the lower bracket final and upper
Dire's
bracket
banned.
final. It is
Just the
double
grand final.
Just
is
the
best
grand
of three.
final? Okay.
Radiant's
Alright,
pick.
so just best of 3 for the grand final. The rest of them are best of 1, but it is double elim, so each team gets a second chance. This is our first round because of the weird kind of brackets with
Dire's
having
pick.
9 teams, but so far getting off to a good start. We've got Lich as a first pick for BoysBoys, so do you think they're going to head into the dual lanes from here? Or just kind of have that Lich as the solo offlaner and have a tri lane?
Yeah, you could do a lot with the new Lich. You can use him as the solo offlane, solo safe lane even. I've seen a couple times. But generally, I think he fits more into a dual lane.
10 seconds.
Just to be more aggressive. You can get a lot of damage done with the Lich as well. And obviously that
5
stealing
seconds.
experience is pretty nice. And you really do neuter the carry if they're up against that lane.
Reserve time.
Yeah, you definitely do, and we've already seen the Naga banned out as well as the ET. A lot of good support still available, and we see White Dragons
Dire's
picking up
pick.
Jakiro right off the bat.
I speak for the trees.
Yeah, so definitely favouring this
Radiant's
Jakiro
pick.
pick. You know, you don't really see him picked up first very much anymore. But, because he sort of fell out of favour a little bit, but it's still a very good support hero. I think the only real weakness to a Jakiro is the fact that he's slow, he's clunky. Does have a lot of strength, but he has big animation times as well on all of his skills. So if you pick up something like a Clockwork, he can't do anything. This gives
Yeah.
mini stun, he can't actually cast
10
anything.
seconds to go.
The cast time as well as the turn rate is just combined is horrible. I can tell
5
you, as a
seconds.
support player, when you're Jakiro versus Clockwork, you see them pick it and you just cry. Because you know
Reserve
all
time.
game, you are dead. Every single fight. It just makes you so sad. So hopefully BoysBoys don't pick up that Clockwork for the sake of the Jakiro player, but you know, it's still quite a decent pickup against both the Jakiro and Nature's Prophet. A lot of Nature's Prophets, if they go that split push style, will try to sprout Invis away. You can hook right into there or push them out with Cogs, and there we have the Clockwork pickup straight
Radiant's
away.
banned.
Yeah, and that's just the perfect counter. Clockwork's very good against Nature's Prophet as well, because you can just trap him in, and you know, Nature's Prophet, he's not a tanky hero. He can't get out of those cogs. It sometimes forces him to buy a Force Staff just so he can escape them, but
10
it all
seconds
depends.
to
And
go.
you know, you really stop the split push when you can just hook in, and a
5
lot of it
seconds.
depends on the Clockwork's sort of map awareness and if he can just find the Nature's Prophet right away. I prefer something like a
Dire's
Tinker
banned.
to fill the role of Nature's Prophet against a Clockwork, but obviously the Clockwork being a counter pick to both those heroes, really. So nicely picked by BoysBoys, really.
Yeah, I think it combos up well with the Lich as well. If you can get into a team fight situation where you can cog, you know, 2 heroes in,
10
you've got the
seconds
perfect
to
setup
go.
for a Lich ultimate. Like the amount of AoE damage that you can
5
inflict with
seconds.
those 2 paired together, even as like a roaming duo, is quite insane.
Reserve time.
And we'll
Yeah,
see what
definitely.
we'll see what they choose to combo up with it. We already see the Rubik banned out, which is kind of very annoying to play against when you are that Clockwork, because you can just be lifted out of your own cogs and tossed out of them, as well as, you know, being against something like the Lich ultimate that can be stolen by Rubik. So he's definitely not something you want to play against with such big spells that can be stolen from both of these heroes.
Yeah, I have to agree there. So getting that out, definitely. And
Dire's
the
banned.
crop removed as well. So neutering the push, very good nuke damage, obviously very low cooldown. It just all helps. And yes, you can watch this in-game for the people in chat. You just have to find it. So if you know anyone in the games, or if you're
Dire's
friends with
pick.
myself or Spectre, you can join in and watch it in-game. But because there's no ticket or anything, you know, I don't think we'd be able to get to Valve in 20 minutes of organising this tournament and get a ticket.
Yeah, we pretty much said, hey, we're going to have a tournament at what, like 10:30.
I think we gave ourselves like an hour altogether.
Yeah, it was about an hour till we got this started, but we have the OD banned out and an Abaddon pickup for Team White Dragon.
Yeah, these guys are definitely thinking out of the box, you know. Abaddon not really picked up very much. The Weaver being banned out already, so he doesn't match with anyone perfectly yet, but if you look at Jakiro and Abaddon as two together, both very hard to kill just because of their strength gain. And Abaddon, if you play him as sort of a different support, you kind of max up the Curse of Anavis instead. If you have a very attack speed orientated carry, that really helps. You know, something like a Void or even a range carry, something like Clinks or Drow. As soon as you get that Curse of Anavis hit on them, it's just so much damage that pumps out.
It is pretty insane, and we have a Kunkka pickup from BoysBoys, so even more synergy with those cogs. As soon as they come out, Kunkka can throw in a torrent, a boat on top as well if they think they're going to engage into it. So some great combo coming out from BoysBoys, but with the split push that currently Nature's Prophet has, I think they'll need to build something else around it, because right now it looks like they're building into teamfight, and if they choose to do that, they're kind of falling into the White Dragon trap.
Yeah, whenever we see, you know, big team fight around split push, the split push wins most of the time. But I think it all depends on how fast BoysBoys can just go, right, we're all level 6 or 7, 5-man it. And if Team White Dragon can't stop it with their lineup, which at the moment they have no counter push except Jakiro, you can just get steamrolled right down lanes and lose all your towers within, you know, 20 minutes. And that's pretty bad for a split push lineup, unless you can trade effectively.
Yeah, definitely. And White Dragons are going to pick up that puck, so a little bit of combo with the Abaddon, as you can throw out the shield onto puck when he jumps in. But a Doom is picked up by BoysBoys, one of the perfect counters to a puck. You just chuck that Doom onto him, and you basically don't even have to think about him for the rest of the fight. He has very low health, so pretty much one follow-up spell will get him killed by the end of the duration of Doom. And unless Abaddon is healing him around the clock with urns and mist coils, then he's not going to be able to survive that. And if you if you knew the ability for Puck to jump around, it's horrible. It's basically the same as Storm Spirit versus Doom. These heroes that rely so much on mobility in these fights are just completely shut down.
Radiance ban.
Yeah, pretty much. Doom just destroys Puck, as you were saying. He can also, you know, if Nature's Prophet on his own split pushing, a simple Doom on him, he's pretty much dead. Like, Doom, one of those more versatile heroes, you can put him in the jungle, you can put him in solo safe lane, you can put him in an aggressive tri lane and defensive tri lane, and dual lanes, anywhere. This guy can go any lane, but if you've got a decent amount of physical damage against Doom, that's where he lags. He's got a lot of HP, but he has no armor. And until you get something like an Assault or a Shiva's Guard up, he's very squishy to physical damage. Magic damage, not so much.
Yeah, we do often see Dooms go directly into something like a Shadow Blade, or after a Hand of Midas maybe. But it's kind of been creeping up more and more where Dooms will be going AC late game, where they'll just pick up like a plate mail and then get another item and finish up the AC afterwards, because they need, you know, they have the armor now. Now they need a bit of damage that AC doesn't really provide. So it really does depend on how you're going to be playing it. And up against a Lifestealer, you want to be stacking up that armor rather than HP. So right now, the Lifestealer pickup from White Dragon, it's a nice little kind of round out of the lineup. You have two ways of infest bombing through the puck with a Blink Dagger or an Orb, as well as Nature's Prophet. You can have that kind of two-man global gank squad. If they choose to go on a lane, it's not, you know, 2 versus 1 or 1 versus 1. It's now Nature's Prophet bringing in a Lifestealer as well, so it can really turn the tides of a battle. And Mirana is going to be the last pickup from BoysBoys.
Yeah, and I mean, Abaddon just makes Lifestealer so much more tanky as well. Just with the Aphotic Shield, you can heal him up. You can give him that extra attack speed that Lifestealer loves with the Curse of Anavis. So it's a great pickup, and as you said, with Nature's Prophet, Lifestealer is just crazy scary. He can just be anywhere, and even puck bombs. You know, you put the Lifestealer in the puck blinks in, it's just the perfect initiation for fights. So it doesn't look like they're going all in for split push, but just having it as an extra. And they do have quite a strong team fight. I think the team fights are basically going to rely on good Lich ultis, good cogs, good Dooms. And if they can get that from BoysBoys, they can certainly take these team fights.
They certainly can. So let's introduce the teams. On the side of BoysBoys, we have Ryland, 26 on the
Everybody
Conquer,
get set.
JD Master on the Clockwork, X4 on the Doom, Iviv on the Marana, and Puk Ventuk on Lich.
And over on Tweak, we have Catch Me If You Can playing the Naix Akino on the Puck, Barramundian on the Nature's Prophet, Koneko on the Jakira, and Serenity is playing that Abaddon, or Abaddon, or Abaddon.
Barramundian chips, bitch.
What is it? What is it? I don't get it.
It's barramundi, like, you know, the fish. It's the fish and chips.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Okay, so he's fish and chips.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, he's fish and chops.
Fish and chops. Also,
I've got to stick to my roots,
spirit.
man. Fish
also,
and
I
chops.
do have to correct you, because it's like annoying
30
me
seconds
heaps.
to
It's
go.
Curse of Avernus, not Anivus.
Avernus. I don't care.
Let's keep
gonna
I
call
care.
Ab-
I care.
Do you want me to call him Abaddon?
Yeah, sure. Abaddon.
Hey,
and
God's
Curse of
calls
Anivus.
him God's calls him Abaddon.
Abaddon.
So I mean, God.
We had
says
this.
it,
We
right?
had this discussion last time on stream. We even got like one of those pronunciation bot things, and it's Abaddon.
Yeah,
It's a double
Yeah,
D, single
I
D.
know, but I've always called him Abaddon, and it's really hard to break. It's like I've just gotten used to calling Fury and Nature's Prophet.
Well, it's just like I always used to call Jakiro, Jakiro,
Jakiro.
and
Yeah, that
and
is annoying.
and Drow Dro.
And were you one of those people calling Visage Visage?
No, it's always Visage.
Okay, that's good. At least you
It's like
you
the
say
word
that.
Visage.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Yeah,
That's the
I
whole
don't
point
know
of
how
his
you-
name, man. But yeah, so
But,
far, we've got dual lanes, it looks. I mean, at the moment, Nature's Prophet is still in the fountain, but I don't think he would really put an Abaddon in the off-lane solo. He could, of course, just go straight jungle, but more often than not, we see him going into that bottom lane, creating treants and just screwing around with the pool camp, so...
The game is on.
Yeah, Abaddon a decently tanky hero though. You can see him in this off lane, and if they play greedy, it'll only be a Mirana there when the Doom farms jungle and lane. So he should be okay in this lane. I don't think they can kill him unless they get a good arrow off, and he'll just absorb some levels and hang around really.
Yeah, so Lich already sacrificed a creep in the mid lane, which is going to help Conquer a lot in these first couple of waves. Of course, Tidebringer naturally making that wave push with the splash damage. It does help him a little bit to have it pulled back by Lich, who is just camping top at the moment, is actually doing some dewarding. So getting off like 30-second deward is pretty big. And at top, they're going to try and harass JD Master out, but he's just going to throw up the cogs and be able to walk back.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the bane of Naix trying to fight in these team fights, or even on this lane. Cogs, like, Naix gets kited a lot, and when you throw in Cogs as well, it's so hard to position in the fights unless that puck gets you into a perfect position.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I guess with the puck you have a bit of wiggle room. If Clockwork comes in and cogs up, you can always just use puck as a way to jump around, but right now you can see those cogs already playing havoc with the lane, pushing the creeps everywhere, burning a bit of Naix's HP and mana, and it's just so annoying to deal with. We're going to have Doom walk in on the bottom lane, trying to clarity up, does have that Troll Warlord trap available to him, but they're not going on Serenity at the moment, and I think with that trap plus an arrow, it could be a decent kill, but as you were saying before, Abaddon, quite the tanky hero, is already at 625 health, does only have 1 starting armor, but we'll see him kind of start to build up a lot more, and with the shield, it grants him a lot of wiggle room there.
Yeah, and my Dota's being weird because my dual screens, my mouse keeps falling off.
Do you have it in borderless window?
No, it's in full screen unless it's reverted back to old settings. No, it's in full screen. I'm just gonna disconnect and reconnect. And see
No
what it is.
worries. We're going to have an ice path thrown out here. JD Master just going to avoid it. His cogs blocked himself off from getting stunned. And right now, Nature's Prophet is cliff jungling, but he's against range creep, so he's going to really have to hope for uphill miss. He doesn't have any regen, and his TP is on cooldown for another 25 seconds. We might actually be seeing a death to neutrals unless he can kill off this big creep in enough time. He's at 100 health. He's managed to kill off the big creep. He can't get out of range of these little creeps. He's trying desperately. He's using the treants to pull aggro. As
Switch
it
the
finally
aggro!
came
Switch
up
the
cooldown.
aggro!
He's right, and he's
Oh
gonna
my
get
God.
killed!
Oh, this is
wow.
why you don't cliff jungle, guys. Cliff jungling is bad.
That's just amazing. I didn't think I'd ever see it in a pro game. And he really should have scouted that out first. I mean,
that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
That's what a great start to this N9 Cup. The first death being a cliff jungling Nature's Prophet dying to neutrals.
Oh man, it's great. But I can't fix this mouse thing, so whenever I go to the left, my mouse just casually like falls off the screen for a while.
Just disabled your monitor.
Well, no, because my main monitor is the external monitor, and my because I'm running off a laptop with an external screen, so I can't disable the main monitor because it's the laptop.
What a chump! At bottom,
it normally works.
Yeah,
it's just having an issue today.
Just not.
I'll try and fix it after this game.
Nah, it should be all right. At the moment, BoysBoys really kind of dominating all of the lanes. Their top 4 positions in last hits, really kind of across the board. Doom in the jungle, Clockwork up in that top lane, Mirana on the bottom, and Kunkka in mid. So at the moment, definitely winning out on lanes. Kunkka doing a lot better against the puck than I expected. I mean, that Tidebringer, of course, is massive harass damage, especially to such a low health kind of hero as Puck. But usually you try and see him phase shift some of the damage and go through it, but I don't know, I guess not the lane for him, and Barramundi and Chips go straight back to cliff jungling. Has the creeps with him this time, so he gets the nice large camp worth of experience. But kind of the main problem, like right now, that I see with cliff jungling is he needs to use 50 mana to get down.
Puck's bottom now, they're going on the Doom, the arrow nicely hits on the Puck. Just completely stopping that initiation. Abaddon taking a lot of damage here now. The shield is on the Puck. A lot of damage coming out from Doom. He does get the orb. Completely misses the Doom though. And he didn't phase shift around to it. But he does have the haste, so he is going to get out.
And X4 just oh, the arrow's going for it. He's going to hit him. Oh, what a kill! What a kill! The first blood from Iviv with a great arrow coming out from the side. And it was some great play from X4 as well. He knew that he could just man up with the regen given from the Scorched Earth. And it just let him get that kind of little bit of extra damage onto the Abaddon, who, as you said, just took so much. And at the top lane, it looks like there was a bit of a dive onto Lich, but he's just going to be able to salve up and get past. Rylan is here. Barramundi Chips is in some trouble. Getting right-clicked down by Kunkka, but unless there's a great torrent, he's not going to really get anything. He hits one. He's trying to body block him. He's forced him to run the other way. The boat's going to come through. Will it hit on him? It does. Doesn't overshoot. Just in range there. Aquino trying to do what he can in this mid lane. Is going to orb backwards, but Rylan catching it out. A great torrent put down, but a great phase shift as well. He gets out of the way, throws some right clicks back, and will just bottle charge up.
Yeah, and this is just violence through the whole game, and I'm still amazed by that arrow, man. Wish I could do that. That was sick. But I'm actually quite surprised at the Clockwork doing so well in this lane. I mean, I think the big thing is with the offlane change to pushing it back more. He's just had so much space around and a lot of damage going on to Naix now. He doesn't have mana for Rage, so they probably could have gone on that, but a little bit afraid, I think, and they could have just dived that, I think, and gotten a kill, but playing it a bit safer. I mean, when you're getting more farm on your offlane Clockwork glitch than the other team is on an AX, I think you're okay. And, you know, Mirana's pretty much free farming bottom. Kunkka's doing fantastically mid, so everything going quite well for BoysBoys here.
Yeah, kind of the only problem I see is that the Mirana, while she is getting some great farm, she can't really harass the Abaddon out of lane. She really has such crap damage. And as I say that, hits an excellent arrow. One more right click should do it. He manages to get the shield off. Leap forward, one more, and she does get the kill. So another great kill picked up by Iviv.
Yeah, and this Mirana's having a great time. Picking up the treads. The base damage sitting at level 8 now is good. So last inning isn't that, you know, big struggle it is at the start with the pathetic 42 or 43 base damage, which is just awful. And Nature's Prophet having a really hard time to try and get his farm up as well. So, I mean, even this early, the gold graph sitting at about 3.5k ahead for BoysBoys, and the experience 4.5k. They're just doing much better on all their lanes, really. And even though Doom, he's only sitting at level 4, so is the Nature's Prophet. So, I mean, it's not a big deal when that happens.
Dire's mid towers
And
have
a bit of a change up from the clockwork. He's actually gone for 2 points into those cogs rather than starting to max the rocket flare, which is what we usually see. Kind of cogs became more of a 1-point wonder since the change that put it at 5 seconds at level 1. But at the moment, he's just using the cogs to drain the HP and the mana of the lifestealer, so deciding to level it up to get a little bit more burn.
Yeah, and I mean, it does increase the mana cost for you, obviously, but only by 10 per level.
Lich going for a solo kill, one more right click and he's gonna get Nakes. He's almost in range, the Ice Path misses, Nakes runs down, and he's gonna pick up the kill. The Lich grabbing it there, knows the Ice Path is off cooldown, and he's gonna be able to TP out as well, so a great pickup there.
Dire's top towers.
Yeah, and we see the Kunker in mid also sitting invis, waiting to go on this puck. He's not going to bother. He does get the X off, actually. The Torrent is going to come through. Does miss, though, with the phase shift. Puck ulti now to fly. Doom in a lot of trouble here. Kunker is going to make it out, though. The Aphotic Shield doing a lot of damage. Doom is going to fall here with the boat. No, the boat's keeping him alive. He's not quite dead, and he's going to make it out. Kunker also running for the hills now. The Mirana ulti of Moonlight Shadow does come off, and they're not going to get anything here. And the turnaround on Serenity. Nice arrow coming out. They're going to get the kill. Arkano now in a lot of trouble. He's going to phase shift dodge one uphill miss. No, he does catch it. So a nice turnaround. And they're going to go for the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, the torrent's gonna go. No, he goes to the left, but still gets killed off. Marana now double kill dominating streak here, and they should be able to push this T1 tower quite a bit.
And the Jakiro died.
Get chucked out. Jakiro died at top lane.
Does look like it. Yeah,
Looks
Clockwork
like
dived him with an illusionary. Yeah.
Trouble.
Oh, Jakiro, you poor man.
You can't do anything against that.
You can't even run effectively. It's honestly one of the most demoralizing things in Dota. Probably second only to being an Earthshaker up against the Clockwork.
Oh, no.
Because at least
with
Earthshaker you can ult, because the ult cast time is almost instant, but the rest of it... Oh, and Kunker is going to get spotted out by Nature's Prophet, or is it the other way around? He's going to come in here, go for some splash damage uphill. He's just staying out of range of the Nature's Prophet right clicks. He's trying to bring him back in, but more splash damage coming out. Where's the Marana? She needs to arrow up the hill. He's coming in now. He's trying to teleport out. The arrow will be too late if it comes. And he does get out just in time. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we've got Nakes raging up. Lich already grabbing one kill, and Nakes needs to turn around and run. Otherwise, Clockwork will just make short work of him. No mana on him, so he will just turn to body blocking. And it will be successful there. The Orb of Venom on the Nakes, not enough there to slow him down. And you can see the extra armor from that Lich is really doing its work up here in the top lane. Slowing down his right clicks, as well as just giving you so much more EHP.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 3 armor to start, but the movement speed and attack speed slows the same at all levels, so it is really good to pick up early. And I prefer this build. You know, he's not going the greedy max sacrifice kind of build, but rather helping his team more by picking up that ice armor. And
Puck's going to find a Viv in the bushes here. He was under an Invisor, and he is going to miss on the arrow, but a Viv is so much more tanky. Aquino just really has no way of doing anything, and Marana does escape. Meanwhile, Doom using burning to get up. In fact, Kunker's going to catch Puck. No, he manages to jaunt uphill, but he's stuck in between creeps. And Kunker knows he's there as well. The arrow's going to come up. It hits on him. The boat's going to get the kill, but no. Uses the Starfall to get it first. Lich ulti going uphill. Bounces in towards creeps. It's coming back, though. Luckily going to creeps quite a lot, but the Jakiro will still fall. A killing spree now for Lich. He's going to get brought back by X marks, and Lich getting a double kill there. It's now 13-0, and the good game being called. This was a best of one, so White Dragons will be going down to the lower bracket. BoysBoys advancing to our next round.
The Radiant done it.
Yeah, fantastically played by BoysBoys. Their draft was just so strong, and they just outplayed them in the end and absolutely crushed Tweak this game. But Tweak will fall down to the lower brackets. They're not out of the tournament just yet, and we do have other games started already. But we'll be back soon with the next game for whoever's ready.
We will indeed.